We're back. It is episode. We're time traveling. It is episode 84
We're going back
of the Metal Roundtable. I am Metal Rob, and with me, as always, is the great Carcass John, and we are continuing to be new and improved by the presence of the great Scott Waters. Let me do the commercial portion of our show real quick. I want to let you know you can follow the Carcass on Instagram at CarcassJohnArt. You can follow me on Instagram at IamMetalRob. You can check us out at themetalroundtable.com. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're even on Twitch for all the youngsters out there. And you can check out Scott's channel, Scott Waters, on YouTube. He's got a much bigger following than we do, but that's why we brought him over. You know, he's our number one draft pick. So
They call that a ringer, Rob. You know, intramural leagues, we used to bring guys that had played pro ball. Oh no, they're students here, really. No, they really are. He looks
Metal
like Magic.
Rule,
He looks like Magic Johnson. Oh, well, don't pay attention to that. Anyway.
Hey, Baron Von Headbanger should have a rot record in the mail.
What's up, TJ? New forebode in the can.
Yep, I got to put my glasses on so I can read.
What's up, mother freakers?
How are you, Scott?
I'm doing well. I was distracted by new forebode.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, new forebode in the can. They just finished the recording this weekend.
If I'm not mistaken, in just over a week, we are all three going to be in the same room for the first time ever.
That's correct.
That is correct.
And I believe that we are going to be joined by Chris Manning, by the way, at some point.
That's what he told me.
Yep.
Holy cow, awesome. That will be the power trio plus a ringer on guitar.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, that dude can play. He is so good. Band. They've got
Chris on guitar. I'll play kazoo. What are you guys on?
Drums.
Right on. Got a drummer,
tuba. Give me a tuba.
Tuba and kazoo. We're gonna be.
Oh yeah.
We'll be the best ska band out there.
So his live band is going to go by the name C4, and they've got some shows coming up. I had something come across Facebook today, and so I'm going to try to get out and do a little, not necessarily an episode, so to speak. We can, but I want to do an Aska-esque sort of thing, and I want to go record them live and, put it up as a video on the channel and, point people to that. So, Carcass, we may be headed out, so.
Well, and for all that don't know, our governor today here in Texas lifted the we're open 100%. Businesses can run as they feel appropriate, and he rescinded the mask order. So,
right on.
Next Wednesday.
Doesn't mean that you have to be stupid. Still wash your hands and keep your distance and do all those smart things. But it's nice to have. At least you're not going to get chastised if you forget your mask in the car and you walk into a store. But anyway, kind of fun.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. I am stoked about that. You boys got any shout outs?
I got a major shout out.
I got one too. Go ahead.
Okay, we talked about, we were talking about things we got in the mail, and you said you got a Strapato cassette, and I was all excited. And then Justin Harris said, "Oh, I'll send you mine." Well, here it is. Thank you, Justin. But then Justin proceeded to send forth many, many other things. So I'm just going to say a quick shout out and show you. How about a new incantation cassette?
That's awesome.
Hemotoxin on CD. These guys rule. And Vicious Knights. Don't know anything about them, but they rip. I listened to that last night. And then he sent me some autographed pictures, including the one that you have of Brian Zimmerman from Atrophy. And he sent me these cool caution radioactive material stickers, which, me and stickers, I have boxes and boxes of them, and I love them. But here's the coup de grace, and I don't know, and I should have just worn this today.
I have one of these.
Who has a Cannibal Corpse eaten back to life apron for the barbecue. Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to wear that. Not when the parents come over, but
Yep.
but anyway, so major shout out to Justin Harris. Yeah, I'll take a cassette and then some. So thank you very much, man.
I've known Justin since I was in 1st or 2nd grade, man. That's my buddy Richie's younger brother. He's a good man. He's the one. Remember that
the Santa Escuridad? Did he make those? The little forks, the pitchfork things?
Richie did.
Richie did that. Man, what a talented family.
But let me tell you what Justin made. Remember that thing that I've got in the corner in the other room over there?
That's got
the metal round table on it and all the gauges and everything?
Yeah, the red box.
Yeah. Justin made that. And if we ever are back in the same room again somewhere where we can set up permanently, that'll be in the background.
Mark Field says he has a mortician hacked up for barbecue apron.
Hacked up for barbecue.
I think that trumps the eating back to life. I like that.
The great Mark Fields joining us from Boston. That's pretty cool. Well,
yeah.
I want to do a quick shout out, and then, well, actually, Scott, if you've got a shout out, go ahead, and then I'll do mine and take us into the show.
I got this in the mail just like right before the show started. I don't even know what it is. Look at this.
Let's find out.
Look at that.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't bode well, and it doesn't forebode well either.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a record. It looks like a record. But I don't know what it is. Could be embarrassing, huh?
Is it Charo?
It's my new Pink album.
Hey, Lady Gaga.
Hey, Pink rules. She's good.
Yes, she is. I don't like her. I'm not into her music, but she's talented.
Yeah, she's talented.
Got one heck of a bass player in her band. Oh, nice. I've forgotten I pre-ordered this.
The big reveal. Very nice.
Not a fan, John?
I might have to give it another spin, but yes, no.
I like the John Bush era of Anthrax, so I was really disappointed in the Stomp 442 reissue. This one, I can just tell you just by looking at it, looks a heck of a lot nicer than that one. But cool. Anthrax, Volume 8.
Awesome. Well, I'll do my shout out and I'll take us into the show. Once again, it's episode 84. We alluded to time travel earlier, and I'll tell you why. we skipped from I don't remember what we did, but we
83 to 85 because of Snowmageddon. We had
That's right. So we got our number wrong. I'm sure that's somehow on me. But anyway, because of my anal retentive nature and my ridiculous attention to detail on some things, I had to have an episode 84 so that I could see it in line on YouTube. I can't handle it, so I told Monkey Butt, let's do 84 today. I can't stand skipping a number, and he obliged me, and I appreciate that. So anyway, episode 84 today, we're going to keep it simple, and I want to keep it interactive with everybody. We're going to talk about what we have been listening to. So if you've got something on your turntable or in your CD player or in your earbuds that you've been jamming on, post it up in the comments. Monkey Butt will put it up, and we'll talk about it. We had so much good interaction last week. It was by far our most overwhelming interaction. I loved it. So I really want you guys to chime in, and we will even change the subject if we need to, because I am so into talking to you guys. I dig it. So to get started on what we've been listening to, I want to give a shout out to Carcass. I believe you turned me on to these guys. I got a little package in the mail this week.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw a post that our buddy Jay, right?
Yes.
What's his last name? White? Jay White? Am I getting that right?
Can we say that? Yes.
Okay. Jay White. Yeah. So I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he posted up something that absolutely perked my ears up immediately. And he showed a box of cassettes that were recorded off of Z-Rock, and he had made a compilation of some of those tapes. And suddenly the compilation CDR shows up in the mail. I've listened to probably 2/3 of it already. and he left the Z-Rock liners in there, everything, and it is so great. So I'm so appreciative, Jay. Sound of White Noise Records. If you like all things extreme metal, you will love Sound of White Noise Records. Soundofwhitenoise.com, and hit up Jay and tell him how much I love my Z-Rock CD. So that's what I've been listening to start off the show. How about that? Boom!
Well, yeah, he bought a whole bunch of stuff from Metal Rising, and he's a big promoter of heavy music here in town. I noticed Connor Giebler, shout out to him. He's listening to the new Asphyx Necroceros, and that thing freaking crushes. I think it's their 13th full length album. It was it's freaking awesome. And but as far as we've had a couple of weeks. In fact, Scott and I had talked about doing this in the missing episode during Snowmageddon, and so I have a gigantic stack, including I've tuned up a couple of the cassette stereos in the house, and including the cassette tapes, and I've been doing a lot of cassettes. So I have only in the Casa de Carcass will you get a stack of cassettes that consist of Bauhaus, Elton John Tumbleweed Connection, Dismember, and Napalm Death Appeal sessions. But I've been jamming those out here recently, and I got turned on to this thing yesterday. Aside from the Hemotoxin and the Vicious Nights thing that Justin sent, does anybody know? Has anybody heard this record by Trouble?
I can't see it. I don't know.
The Distortion Field by Trouble.
Yes.
Oh, I have not.
Yeah, have you not heard this? It's got Kyle
Yes.
Thomas from Exhorder singing, and holy crap, talk about flying under the radar. This thing is a skull crusher. So I haven't been able to kind of take it out of the player for a while, but I do have other things I've been listening to. But what do you say, Scott?
Oh, I got a ton of crap here. I realized that I listen to a lot of thrash metal. A lot of thrash metal. So I was like, I just had this pile of CDs I got to put away. So I'll just show those CDs I've been listening to in my car and whatnot. So I pull it forward, and here's 6, and they're all thrash metal from some different countries. All right, from Portugal. There we got that. It's awful little, huh? It's Thrash Wall. There we go.
There you
So Thrash Wall from Portugal.
Uh-oh. I'm going to start taking notes.
It's a really good, solid album. I was very much impressed. But yeah, all one word, Thrash Wall.
Hey, Dan paused Asphyx to check us out.
Mark Fields, you are absolutely correct. Dallas's own Frozen Soul is freaking a destroyer.
From Norway, Equinox.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And there's no way I can never pronounce this stupid record.
What did I listen to in Scott's car?
Off Wiedersehen. I don't know. But this is their first album. They put out 4 albums. Great band.
Robin.
Equinox from Norway. Traditional thrash metal. This was probably back late 80s, 88, somewhere in that area. From Canada, Entropy.
Okay.
Killer band.
These guys have a new album out that I really want, but I have no idea how to get it. I can't find it anywhere. So anyhow, Entropy. This is kind of a little self-promotion, but from California.
Oh,
Maleficent.
dude.
But is it?
This album is
Dude.
awesome.
Is
Yep.
that I can't see it, and forgive me for not recognizing the cover art, because mine's got the one that I have has a big 3x5 card in the front. Is that Maleficent?
That's Maleficent.
Wait until you hear. Well,
Go ahead, say it. It's already been announced.
I almost tooted my own horn. I don't want to do that, but when
Do
I
it.
say
Come on, you tuba player, toot your own horn.
I got the privilege of remastering that to be re-released on No Life Till Metal, Scott's label, which I'm very appreciative of. But like I tell people, I just put the syrup on. You make the pancakes. The band makes the pancakes. And let me tell you, that is a fine, fine slab of heavy thrash metal. I was able to talk to Tanner a couple of times this week, and I think he is just as excited about it coming out again as we are helping him get it back out there.
I'm excited it's coming out on vinyl.
Oh, dude, what a great record.
They toured here on that record. So
it was their first album.
Yeah.
All right, and one more. I'll get one more. This is from Germany, and I've showed this one before, but
man.
I keep writing that one down. Yeah.
That thing is a ripper.
This album is just, I had to get it on CD. I was just like, I wanted to listen to it in my car. I had the vinyl, been listening to it on vinyl. Like that, got to get the CD. But what is it with Metal Blade and these crappy digipacks now?
Don't get me started on Metal Blade.
I love Metal Blade releases.
You know,
what's the deal with the digipacks?
You know, I love German thrash, like probably like you, Scott, and with bands like Assassin and Angel Dust and Accuser, and all those. And there's been like this resurgence of that old German thrash, and it sounds like old German thrash. It sounds a little more modernized than it would, but man, that Accuser is a shredding disc.
Yep, it's a great album.
You guys keep bringing that up, so
yeah, you need to. If you don't have it, you need it.
I'm
highly recommended.
I'm literally on the web right now, putting it on my watch list.
Sweet.
Be careful, that vinyl might look like a potato chip.
That was my thrash playlist, but I've got more I can show when we get into it. But I just, apparently for me, it's all, I listen to a lot of thrash and a lot of like classic rock and progressive rock and, you know, straightforward metal. But I don't know. When I grabbed this pile of CDs, half of it was thrash. So I was like,
yeah. So
it's just my thing, I guess.
So one of the things that I saw that Frazier has posted about, and he was messaging me about it earlier today. He's got the new Hellstar already. I don't know how he did that, but he's got it. And I can't wait to hear that thing with, what's it, Clad in Black, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait to get that. I think I finally got it ordered. I know it comes out in the U.S. on April 2nd, but I am really fired up to hear that. Now, I think he was showing me the vinyl. I don't remember, because if he's already got a CD, I've got to figure out how he did that.
Well, the CD comes with a remastered Nosferatu and then that EP, I think. It's like a 2-disc set, I think.
I think it's remastered Vampiro.
Or what did I say? Oh, yeah, Vampiro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I knew there was some vampire connection there somehow.
Yes.
Hey, Monkey Buck, can you go back one comment, please, sir? We need more new wave of British heavy metal stuff. Yeah, there was one guy said he was. There you go. David Isaacs is rocking Exile, Midnight Priest,
Accuser.
Okay.
Yeah. Dependent Domination. Great album.
Awesome. Well, I don't mean to take it out of the thrash mode, but I'll tell you, I'll go through real quick. Connor, let's see. Listening to Demolition Hammer, been on a huge aspect.
Heck yeah.
With mucho black metal in between. You go, Connor. You're crushing it out there. He's keeping it true. I'm sure of that.
Yes, I am. I am too.
All right. Well, I'm going to take it mildly lighter, not like crazy. New Toddler Tory is outstanding. You're correct on that, Dan. In fact, I should have that in my hand. Anyway, okay. So the new Toddler Tory, I will jump right on. I'll piggyback on that. That thing is so great. And he and one other guy did all the instruments. And it is fantastic. So don't expect Queensryche. It is much heavier than Queensryche. You still get Todd's amazing voice, and he even sings heavier and higher in spots. It's so great. I do have it. I just don't have it in front of me. And I think that will be a contender for Metal Album of the Year for 2021. One of my favorites that came out, if you're any kind of a melodic, I showed this a few weeks ago on the show. So this Bloody Hammers came out, and I don't want to say they got any grief, but I think some of their fans were expecting a new Bloody Hammers album that sounded like everything else they'd ever done, and they took a little departure into some really punk tinged stuff, Misfits kind of thing, but still, horror influenced. And I love this. I have played it over and over and over. And the other one that I've been playing over and over before I get into some of the other stuff is I cannot stop playing the new Blue Oyster Cult.
Fantastic record.
I can't stop playing it. Everything on this is good. And I have been a greatest hits BOC fan my whole life. I liked a song here, liked a song there. I've seen them live and they're incredible live. And, but this new album, man, is just amazing. I'll do another couple of quick hits and then I'll let you guys go around. And then I want to talk about a label that I actually ran across this week. And I'm hoping to get the owner on the show. Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, they opened up for King Diamond a little bit before COVID. I had a little stammer there. That was fun. And one of their songs really rubbed off on me, 13 Candles. And so I've tried to get into these guys before, and it was a bit of a slow burn for me. But, man, I finally pulled the trigger on one of their albums. This one is Bloodlust, came out in the last couple of years. But anyway, I love this thing. Absolutely love it. And then you guys probably saw me post this on Facebook. I have rolled through everything in the Angel Casablanca Years box. And Henry gave me a big duh when I posted up about it. This thing is good. I have listened to all 5 studio albums. The only one I haven't listened to is the live album yet, but this thing rocks. I picked this up at Born Late over in Fort Worth. Super stoked to get this. And
one of the greatest logos in graphic design rock and roll history, because you can yep. Yeah,
I absolutely have fallen in love with Angel. I dig
Great
it. I know
band.
a few tunes. I was familiar with them, but yeah, this has got me over the edge. I love it.
I saw them open up with Max Webster for Rush on the 2112 tour. They were fantastic. Now, you said you pulled the trigger on something, but did you pull the trigger of your love gun?
I did not.
You did not? Well, somebody recommended this, and it was so cool. Walmart's going insane with all these vinyl releases, and now they've become the largest brick and mortar record store in the universe, and it's just ridiculous. But I have a new appreciation for that album, and whereas I kind of waved it off after, and because I love Rock and Roll Over and I love Dress to Kill, but that Love Gun is pretty cool. I know I named this as one of my top albums of 2019, but I found a Chinese copy with a silkscreen cover that's made of bamboo paper.
What?
Yeah, and it's like this freaky splatter vinyl. It's insane. So I've been spinning Blood Incantation almost incessantly. I'm glad nobody lives here, because they would be in some sort of a different weird astral plane. I did find this. You ever heard of Warlord?
Oh, yep. Yeah.
This is a super rarity, and man, it just harkened back to those old Metal Blade years of listening to metal. And I've got a stack. I can keep going. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, go as long as you want.
Okay. How about this? I know it's not metal, but it's funk. The Funk Factory. Here now this is metal. Eternal Rot. It's grinding death metal. I'm sure Mark Fields would know about that. It's called Mental Hygiene. And I think that little grindcore is good to clean everybody's palate. Go ahead, Scott. Like I said, I could go all day.
Okay. Well, a couple comments on the Angel. The box set's cool, but I was a little disappointed because on the second album, they didn't use the original. It's not the original mix in the original album. It's just something. There's like an intro missing from there. Find that album on vinyl. Find what's the second album called?
Hell of a Band.
There you go, Hell of a Band.
Yeah.
Find the original vinyl and give it a listen, and listen to how different it is from that CD.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from, but there's actually parts missing. It's like there's a whole intro from one song.
Speaking of parts missing, I don't want to jump in on your game here.
Go ahead.
This is the remaster of the Metallica once again from Walmart of all places, and they come in these audiophile bags and they're all weird colors or whatever. But this actually has the bass on it. You can actually hear the bass playing.
Huh.
Someone sent me a meme or like a video that says, "How do you play bass on one?" And it was silent for like 6.5 minutes because there is no bass. But anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. You said missing intros, missing pieces, but there's something that they actually added it back like it should have been, and you used to have to buy the Japanese pressing in order to get the original mix. The American mix was released basically with no bass line whatsoever.
Which is
shocking.
Very good to hear it. Yeah. Okay. In anticipation of my trip to Texas, I've been listening to a lot of.
Oh. That thing is a crusher too.
You'll get to meet the man, hopefully.
Not to mention a smoking cover of Sabbath's "Heaven and Hell."
Yeah.
What's the Rob?
Hopefully, you'll get to meet the man himself.
Hoping so. And then, of course.
Oh, that's another that used to be my favorite record till Alone came out.
Yeah,
by Solitude.
Pick a favorite. But yeah, those are two I've been jamming quite a bit just because I don't know, got me in the mood to hear it. And then one I spun just today. I haven't heard it in a while, but this is a great live album. Udo Nails the Metal.
Oh, I have a comment on that. Go ahead.
I mean, I have two different versions of this. This is just the single disc version. It's called Nailed the Metal, the Missing Tracks. Like I don't know what missing from what. But in any case, they do a live version of Ecstasy on here. Man, it's just fantastic. Ecstasy is a song from the David Reese album, Dave Reese Accept album that Udo didn't sing on. So it's really cool that they pulled and played that song live. They also recorded a studio cover of that song on, oddly enough, on an Accept tribute CD.
Huh. No kidding. So
really, I mean, it's really cool cover of it.
So I got in with a couple of guys to get on their digital distribution list for promo for, radio and promo materials because of the Metal Rob show that I do over on Deep Dallas Radio. So I got the new Udo. I've heard the new live Udo. I've heard it in its entirety. I have been terribly remiss in keeping up with Udo solo stuff. The only thing I know, and I'm being completely honest, the only thing I really know is Thunderball, because I got it in a collection and I checked it out and I really liked it, but I have been so terrible about keeping up with his stuff. Well, I got this live album and I listened to it all the way through. It's really, really good. And I'll pull it up while you guys are talking, because I think it comes out on March 26th. And I think it's on AFM, but man, that thing is really, really good. So now I want to hear it as in comparison to that that you just showed.
Yeah, what I showed it's got a lot of older stuff on there. Well, it's an older album too, so but I mean it starts off with Holy, which is a fantastic Udo record. And then it finished. Next song is Raiders of Beyond. There's a lot of Accept stuff on here though. Ecstasy, Metal Heart, Fast as a Shark, Prince of the Dawn, Restless and Wild. Those are Heart Attack. Those are all Accept songs. Balls.
Oh yeah. Can I tell you a little more about this new one?
Go.
Okay. So it comes out on the 19th on AFM Records. It's Udo Live in Bulgaria 2020, the Pandemic Survival Show. Oh man, I can't see the hang on, I want to tell you the track list. Let me see if I can do this real quick.
Well, while you're talking and Scott's looking, Potato Fry is asking, does anybody like the first Accept album? The one with the gal with the chainsaw?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's different, but I like it. See, this is the other version of the Missing Tracks that I have, and it's I guess like a box set. It's just in a standard DVD case, but it's got it's got a DVD and a CD in it. and then it's got the little booklet inside of it as well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But
So
then-
the new one on CD or DVD, it's 2 discs, and there's got to be almost 30 songs. I mean, it's ridiculous. Tongue Reaper, Make the Move, Midnight Mover, Wrong Side of Midnight, Metal Machine, Independence Day, Rose in the Desert, Vendetta, Rising High, In the Darkness, Give As Good As I Get, Princess of the Dawn, Time Bomb, drum solo, bass solo, Hungry and Angry, One Heart, One Soul, Man and Machine, Animal House, Metal Heart, Fast as a Shark, Balls to the Wall. I mean, it is just, it's really good. And he sounds good. He sounds older, but I thought he sounded great. I was really pleased when I heard it. So I've been jamming that one, and kudos to the guys over at AFM for sending me that stuff. It's really cool to hear this stuff before it comes out.
Cassette Mayhem Dan said that Breaker is his favorite Accept album. What's your favorite Accept album?
Mine?
Yeah, and John's.
Restless and Wild.
Restless and Wild, easy.
See, mine is Balls to the Wall, but the reason for that is that was my intro to the band. You guys are a little older than me, so you probably heard some of it before I did, but that was what did that come out? 83, 84. That was right in my formative years of metal. And so that's always going to be my favorite. Is it their best? I don't know, but it's certainly
good.
my favorite.
Great. I have no complaints with that one. Restless and Wild was the first one I heard, so that's always been my favorite. And I mean, I just remember hearing Fast as a Shark for the first time and thinking it just can't get any faster than that.
That ripped. Well, and talk about a tale of two bands. We've talked about that a couple of times with other bands, but they had a new singer that has been around, what now, 3-4 albums?
5, I think.
5? And man, I think they're just as good, if not better. Do I dare say better? But they're just as good. Anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree about the Accept thing, John. I saw them with Mark singing at House of Blues, and they were fantastic. They were so good, but at that time, it was still Stephen Kaufman on drums, and it was the bass player and the guitar player. It was still some of the guys from the old band and Wolf. It was a lot of the old guys. Herman Frank was on guitar as well as Wolf. And so I felt like I was really seeing Accept. I know now I think Wolf is the only guy left, but I keep listening to the some of the newer records. Sounds like Accept to me. And I think Mark does an admirable job.
He's awesome. Mark Tornillo is awesome. Yeah. I saw them on the Blood of Nations tour, and they were fantastic. They're really cool. You got to meet them all afterwards. And like I said, it was mostly all the original guys from the Restless and Wild, Balls to the Wall days, and with Mark singing. Yeah, they were fantastic. So no complaints for me, man. I loved it. Plus, I was a big TT Quick fan to begin with. Funny thing is, when I went to meet him, meet the band, I had brought a couple Accept albums, and I had him signing my Restless and Wild album, of course. And then I get to Mark, and I pulled the album, and I put a TT Quick album and had him sign that instead. So nothing against Mark, but I didn't want his signature on an Accept album. I wanted it on the TT Quick album,
Right.
Well, of course you did.
Yeah, and I think they get that. I felt guilty one time because I bypassed the bass player of Firehouse because I was getting them to sign the original CD, and I felt bad for bypassing the guy because he had just joined the band, and man, I felt like a jerk. But I did get a picture, and he signed it, so that was cool.
I think they understand it. I mean, when I sang for Vengeance for that couple of years, especially when we played in Europe, I signed so many Vengeance Human Sacrifice records, and I'm like, "You sure you want me to sign it? I didn't sing on this." No, yeah, I want you to sign it. Okay.
Yeah, right on.
I didn't mind signing it. I just felt a little weird signing something I didn't sing on,
So TJ, just a second. TJ from Forebode, the official house band of the Metal Roundtable. He said something about Warrior Path. I don't know anything about Warrior Path. Do y'all know about that?
No, but I wrote it down.
I did too. Warrior Path, first album, he says. I'll check that out.
Hellstar does a cover of Restless and Wild.
Yeah. They do Animal Magnetism too. It's pretty killer.
check out the band Warrior Path's self-titled album from 2019. I definitely will do that. Guys, got to run. Hey, yeah, man. Dan, thanks for watching, brother. It's good to see you.
See you, Dan.
You can watch the rest later.
Yeah. You can listen to us as a podcast. Why not? You don't have to look at us.
Oh,
even.
my.
We just
Rob,
put up on
using
the
such
app and
technical
listen.
terms.
Crazy. What's
You know,
next, Carcass?
What you got, John?
Well, I after spending nearly a week in the house, inside the house, because it was 0 degrees outside, snowing and icing, like a Frozen Soul video shoot. I got a little bit crusty. Anybody heard of the Verukers? Scott?
Nope. That's a new one to me.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
If you like Discharge, The Exploited, stuff like that, you'll love the Verukers. How about well, I know arguably everyone has their favorite Ramones album. Arguably, this is my favorite. Too Tough to Die. Heavy riffs, good production, and I know they're punk. They're not supposed to have great production, but this thing is a ripper. Love it. And then I've touted this thing before, but this is D-Day in Dallas. This was a live set that the Pistols did. And I think we need to talk to Casey Orr, but I think the Hellions opened for them. I think one of Casey's punk bands opened for these guys. Either that or Rigor Mortis. I can't remember. I think it was Casey. I think it was the Hellions. But and then I had to slow it down a little bit because, and once again, I'm getting a little funky here. You know, I had Funk Factory and the Isley Brothers, Go for Your Guns.
Oh yeah,
that's a great record, and probably one of my all-time favorites. I have multiple copies of Robin Trower, Bridge of Sighs. This is just a clean copy, and I just pull it off and just play it. I'm still looking for a Japanese pressing. If anybody has a Japanese pressing with an OBI, I'm willing to deal for this record. This is like a holy grail for me. But this record, if this doesn't put you in a somber mood, and it was so cold and windy and you could hear there's a song on here that starts off with wind blowing, and you could hear the wind howling outside. I don't know. It was just
go back to that one for just a second. What's that first track on there? Day of the Eagle or something?
Yeah, Day of the Eagle.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'd never heard, or to my knowledge, I didn't know a Robin Trower song. I don't think I could have spit out a title of a Robin Trower song. So I'm listening to my buddy Scott Killian on Mad Rock a year or so ago, and he opens the show with this song, and it is just killing me. I'm like, man, this is so good. And that's what he was playing. I'd never heard it.
I love Robin Trower. So,
man, I heard him once being played in a Kroger. They were playing Day of the Eagle in a Kroger, and I thought, this has got to be some sort of sign of the apocalypse. And I loved it, man. It was like I'm over in the meat and cheese section, and they're playing Day of the Eagle. Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
What do you got, Scott?
I still got lots of stuff here.
Man, I got.
Wow.
Let me show some. I got some prog.
Nice.
Another Metal Blade record and a crappy digipack. This
Potato Fry. I don't know. Dead Boys, killer band.
This one yet? Are you guys?
I haven't heard. Is that their most recent one?
It is their most recent one.
Nice, Connor.
It did not make my top 20 or top 30 list for 2020, and a lot of people were saying that was a mistake. So I've been listening to it a few times. It's good. I like it a lot. It's just it didn't top my list. It still didn't top my list. It just kind of sounds like what you expect from more recent Fates Warning. It's not heavy. It's kind of melodic and progressive, and yeah, it's just. I mean, it kind of puts you in you got to be in a progressive mood to hear it. This is not metal.
No, and no offense to them, but ever since No Exit, I think they've been spiraling slowly down the hill. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I like it. It's just you got to be in the mood for it. If I want to hear some prog rock, I'll put this on. If I want to hear metal, I'm not going to put this on. I'll put on I don't know, something else. But this one here, I've been spinning nonstop for weeks. I mean, I've probably played this thing like 30 times, this is ridiculous. This is probably one I'm driving everybody crazy with. But this is the new Triton.
Oh yeah,
Eric Gillette. My gosh, that guy is just phenomenal. Didn't realize how many projects he was actually involved with outside of outside of Triton, but I actually was just looking it up. He was with come on, help me out here. You guys know. Help! I can't remember. I hate when I'm on camera, especially when you get stupid.
Oh well, you got two other stupid guys with you, so it's like a crew of stupidity.
Come on.
I don't know that much about Triton except for that one record is a killer.
Yeah, but Eric Gillette, he's played with Mark Neil Morse band, but who else? He's played with Mike Portnoy's solo project. He's played with just a gazillion progressive rock bands. And
didn't you say something about Kansas the other day with that guy?
No. Well, ex-Kansas vocalist makes a guest appearance on here.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
John Elefante does some guest vocals on the very last song.
Cool.
But this is pushing more towards the Dream Theater style progressive metal than it does. I don't know, like more mellow stuff like the Fates Warning I just showed. This is coming out on vinyl finally.
Yeah. Fraser asked what's wrong with me about Fates Warning. He asked me what I've been smoking. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't use drugs. That's just me. But
what do you do? Oh, sorry.
I listen to metal sometimes.
Right on. But anyhow, there you go. I still got a handful more, but let's go, Rob. Your turn.
All right, check it out. And this is going to be it for me. I'm going to go quickly through these, and then I'm going to step out of you guys' way. So the other day, I'm friends with Lance Harville on Facebook, and I don't know how I know that name, but I saw he popped up on my feed one day, and I was like, man, I'm going to friend this guy because I feel like, I don't know if he was involved with Pantera. I don't know if he's a producer. I don't know if he's somebody that I've run into in recording circles. I don't know, but I recognized his name. Well, anyway, the other day it came up in my feed. He posted a leather jacket of his band from Dallas. And he was giving this jacket away if anybody wanted it. And he mentioned the name of his band was Manta Ray. I didn't know anything about Manta Ray. So I went out and found it. And what happened was, through that post, I not only discovered Lance's band from Dallas back in 90, I think. 90, 91. So this is early Queensryche, Fates Warning, that kind of thing. High vocals, really, really good. So if you're into that kind of thing, check out Manta Ray. But here is what I really dug into was the label is Dive Bomb Records. I didn't know about Dive Bomb Records, but I went to the site, and what I figured out real quickly was Dive Bomb Records right now, 10 brand new CDs for $40. So you know what I did? I started Googling band names, and here's what I came up with. I'll go really quick. And because the payoff, Carcass, you're going to love this. So I just started cutting and pasting names, listening on YouTube. And if I liked it, I just added it to my cart to get to my 10 CDs, which was easy because I got 2 Eradicator CDs, killer thrash. You're going to need to check those guys out, Carcass. I thought of you immediately, Eradicator. And also, if I remember right, this is thrash too. Judicator was really good. I picked up Substratum. This is an EP. Now, this is female-fronted, kind of traditional American metal. And she goes from a mix of early Lita Ford, where Lita Ford had a little more edge to her voice, or was using a little more edge in her vocals, to a heavier, not Alyssa,
from Arch Enemy.
Yeah. Not that heavy, but she goes between early Lita Ford and then heavier female vocal. This is interesting to me. This is growing on me. It's a 6-song EP. I really dig it, and I think the artwork is just killer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Really
I got
cool.
that, but I picked up another band, and then I'll show you the payoff, Carcass. You're going to love this. This is Wolf Hook. It's called The Impaler. And I remember, I haven't even listened to it again, but I picked it out online. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to grab it. So 10 CDs for $44 shipped. But here is how it was so easy for me to get to 10 CDs. Do you see this? Masters of Metal. Volume 1 through 5. Crypt Sermon, Riot City, Hellraiser, Old Wolf, Blazing Rust, Oath of Dude, Carriage, Warlock, Hell on Earth, Weapon Lord, Sanctifier, Substratum, Sahara Snow, Volcana, Outcast. I mean, I could just keep going. And so I'm going to get through this bunch of metal. I don't know if this is a collection of demos. I don't know if it's just a promo of the bands.
I wonder what
all over this.
I wonder which Warlock we're talking about.
Warlock.
I don't know that one.
Oh, A&R project coordinator Sean Pallotta. Don't we know that name, Scott?
Know him very well. I was actually going to mention him after you said Dive Bomb. That's why I disappeared from the camera to go grab this. One of my favorite Dive Bomb releases.
I can't see it.
Is it thrash?
It's Final Sign, Hold Tight the Flame. It is not thrash. It is straightforward, traditional heavy metal. And it features, there's a picture on the inside, Sean Pallotta on vocals, who, of course, has been in a lot of great bands. But it also features Brian Hellstar Williams, who's right there.
Wearing a Liege Lord shirt. That's killer.
From October 31.
Okay.
Uh-huh. This is the only album they put out, but this is great. And this is on Dive Bomb.
Well, I am stoked. So, we should get Sean on if we can, because what I was going to suggest to you guys, and I talked to Scott about it, was I wanted to start doing some label spotlights. And when I got this in the mail, I was like, okay, here's a label that I didn't know anything about that I just discovered. There's some killer releases on there. So I went and friended Matt. It's just Matt Dive Bomb. And so I'm going to message him and see if he wants to come on the show and talk about all this. So I think it'd be a cool label spotlight. But yeah, divebombrecords.com. And you can't beat that sale. You can do a 5 for $25 deal, or you can do a 10 for $40. They don't know this. I mean, this is not a commercial for them. We're not getting anything out of it, but I ran across it and I could not get this metal here fast enough. And it showed up in about 3 days. It was real quick. So go get you some Dive Bomb Records stuff. And they sent me a sticker. Yay.
Sticker's good.
I just stumbled across it and I'm thrilled to death about what I got from them.
Well, I'm looking at the rest of my stack and I don't see a ton of metal, but you know what? I've had so much time to clean up pantries, closets, clean up bathrooms, set up pool tables. Boston Comp, but anyway, you guys have heard of Kraftwerk. Well, this is their first 2 records when they were more of a krautrock band, and that's exactly what they call it, is krautrock. Yep. And it's killer progressive type stuff. I was over at Born Late and I heard this and I could not take it. I could not stop them from playing the whole thing. This is a killer prog heavy stoner, whatever, and a killer heavy cover. And then of course I had to slow it down with Tomb Mold. Brutal guttural death metal. What's that?
Is that your shirt you're wearing?
Oh yeah, I am wearing a Tomb Mold shirt, by the way. Tolanen, a great Swedish guitar player. Okay, don't hate me. DJ Spooky featuring Killer Priest, Killer 12-inch. And okay, I'll get back on track here. Disfigured Corpse. This is from 1990. Brutal, killer, crusty death metal. Some of our fans out there will like this one. Strung Up and Direct Control Split. This came out on Tank Crimes records that in the Bay Area that did some killer stuff like In Disgust, PLF. They're big time on Tank Crimes. And then I would I would dare say nobody in the world will know who this is.
Haha, I do.
Well, you do because
I didn't have that one, but I had it. I found them through record collecting.
yeah, this is an original pressing with like a self-made outer cover where they just kind of glued some copies onto an old cardboard thing. Killer Texas Rock. We'll have to check it out, Scott. Keep you in your Texas mood. Anybody ever heard of this band?
Nope.
Despite the goofy cover, this thing is one of the heaviest Canadian rock records I've ever heard.
I was gonna say, I heard of the band Charlie from Canada. Is that the same band?
Charlie, yep, same band. And last but not least, this is the last thing I'm going to show. I know. Great record, great production. If you have a stereo system, an analog stereo system, not 5.1 digital, 7.1, 11.2, whatever. I'm talking about 4 speakers and stereo. This is an original master recording, so I couldn't resist. This thing has this is about the most accurate studio recording I've heard in years. And so if you have something you need to test out to see what it sounds like, and Rob knows that I have stereos in pretty much every room.
Yes,
but
you do.
This record sounds great on every last one of them, and they're all different. But Gino Vanelli, Killer Production, and Hammer and Hank over at Born Late Records, we were having a laugh about it because we just sat there shaking our heads saying, this is so amazing. We couldn't believe it. Also, and this is sort of a posthumous shout out to my son. In this process of cleaning out garages and cleaning out closets and cleaning out, and yes, Fraser, Blood Rock is awesome, Fort Worth's own. I found a stack of unheard music that he put out, and I also found what he used to do is he used to come into my office. As you can see in the backdrop, all 4 walls are covered with discs. He used to come into my office and just grab. He called it random chaos. He would just grab a CD randomly, and then he would download them and mix them and put out like a compilation. And he called this one Grind Crust Death Poser Slaughter Volume 1. And I found the master disc where these are all mixed together, and both of you are going to get copies of this. But I mean, everything from Insect Warfare to Abscess, Benediction, the U.S. Atrocity, In Disgust, Man the Conveyor. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But this thing, I listened to it twice last night because it's so killer. But anyway, so that's what I've been listening to.
Killer. I can't, and I'm going to tell you the truth that Gino Vanelli, you think people are going to laugh, but you're the second or third person that has told me, including Henry, that that's a great record. And I wouldn't be able to tell you a Gino Vanelli song if you put a gun to my head.
I bet if you listen to it, you would say, oh, I know what that is. I know that song.
Okay.
He's one of those guys. He's strangely enough, he's like an Italian soul singer, but his whole band is, I don't know. I rank that album in particular in the same kind of vein as Steely Dan Asia, except the Gino record's a little more out front, where the Steely Dan is a little more repressed. But anyway, I love, and Terry JT says Santa Rosa. Yep, another good one. But I don't know. Like I said, if you have a system, you want to test it out, that's one of the records that I would use to test your system to say, do we have this thing set up correctly? And the answer would almost inexplicably be yes every time.
I am casting myself down. I'm trying to figure out how I know Lance Harville.
I got 4 more. I'll show them real quick here.
Yeah, man, bring it on.
I pulled this one. I haven't heard it in a while. But this is I don't know. I call this U.S. power metal, right in line with something like Metal Church or Reverend or that kind of thing. Kind of walking the line between heavy metal and thrash. But this is Peacemaker's Concrete and Terror.
Yeah.
Which features Ronnie Monroe on vocals.
Yes, it does.
And Scott Riff Miller as a guitar player. So
yep.
And I always thought that cover was spectacular.
And the exceptional mastering prowess of some bald idiot from Texas.
Yeah. see the mastering on this one, didn't you? But
I did.
yeah, it's a really good album. I mean, it's heavy.
It is.
It's got great guitar playing, great vocals. And this is one I asked you guys if you had, because I hadn't heard it until this week. This is Shadow Keep.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'm trying to find that too.
This is on Pure Steel Records. Fantastic vocals. Obviously, it's got James Rivera on vocals, but then
I've got the demo.
trying to remember the name of the guitar player. Help me out here. I have to look it up.
Hook me up.
Dadgummit. Don't hate when you can't remember someone's name.
You're doing great.
This is the second time, man. We're gonna have to feed you a drink. Have you drink a Monster before you clear your mind.
Tony G is from the band. He actually sent me this, which is really cool. So there you go. Shadow Keep, James. I had no clue James Rivera's on it. He actually sent me 2 CDs, sent me another one and this one. And I grabbed the other one first because I had heard of the other band and I liked the other band. So I gave that one a few spins and left that one away for a while. But this is the other band. This is a brand new album from Bifist. I didn't know these guys were even still together.
Wow.
Again, on Pure Steel Records. This is In the End. This is a brand new record. This thing is great. Again, I put it, in that kind of category along with, Metal Church and Reverend and, that kind of just straightforward U.S. power metal. You say power metal, you tend to think, Dungeons and Dragons, all keyboards, and that's not it. It's just, this is metal. They ain't no keyboards here. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little keyboard with a circle with a cross through it, back like they used to do in the 80s. But this thing's fantastic. Great vocals, great guitar playing. So yeah, Stoney hooked me up because both these CDs are freaking-tastic. And speaking of Reverend, the brand new Reverend reissue, A Gathering of Demons.
Come on.
This is just reissued. It's on Amazon for like $20. I have the original pressing. I've had it since it came out. I literally pre-ordered it when it was being sold right off on the website. What was the guitar? Todd Stolz was the drummer. I think he was selling it right off. And yeah, I'm a little disappointed in this. I got to say, I like the original. This has got a remix version, a 2019 remix, and then it's got the original 2001 remix. I like the original better. I just didn't need remixing. What it needed was remastering, and I think it could. I think someone like Rob could have really done justice to the original as opposed to remixing it. It just sounds kind of garbly and bassy now, but the original mix is on here too. And man, they do a cover of UFO, which covers it, Lights Out on here. Oh man, that's fantastic. David Wayne just screaming the entire time. It's worth checking it out just for that. There's a few bonus live tracks as well, but I mean, really the point of getting this is those 4 original demo tracks in the UFO cover. So yeah, Reverend, A Gathering of Demons reissue. This thing's been out of print for freaking years, so nice to see it's back in print.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
We could go on forever, I think.
Oh yeah, we could, but Monkey Butt's got to sleep at some point,
Hey, I appreciate everybody talking to us too.
Guy, man, dude. Not a
There
killer,
was
killer guitarist from Chicago, no?
There was one comment several back that a guy was asking if we saw his list of
I missed that comment.
Stuff that he'd been jamming on. I saw it a couple of times. Here we go. Hey guys, did you get my message about my pickups this weekend? I listed them and didn't get a response. Oh. Did you send that to the Metal Roundtable on Facebook, or was it on YouTube? I wonder.
Probably on YouTube, because he comments on my videos quite a bit on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go look right now.
We'll go look.
I'm going to.
Roll Tide, JT.
Well, since I'm still big, I'll show you a couple more CDs while we're still waiting here. I just played this one in my car the other day. I'm
having a joke log jam.
I haven't heard this one in years, and I pulled it out and gave it a spin. But this is Divine Luxury by Modest Attraction. It's been years since I've heard this record, and I forgot this CD. I had forgotten how good it is. I mean, this is if you look at the guys in the band, let me take it out of this so you don't get so much glare. I mean, they're wearing those big giant heels, and you can see the kind of the bell bottoms and all that kind of stuff. This sounds like Uriah Heep's Heat meets Deep Purple. Seriously, it's just so dang good. Vocalist in this band is Christian Lives, Christian whatever, the guy who sings for Narnia.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is his post Narnia band or pre Narnia Narnia
Well,
band.
I guess I'm not exactly done either, Scott, because since I know you're big, but I'm not. But I'm gonna receive a bunch of hate for this one. These are the two best. These are the two best Voivod records, in my opinion.
Those two albums are great,
and they're very different. And I went looking for the vinyl of this one, The Outer Limits.
I'd love to get that on vinyl.
I found one in Holland for $1,000, and I said no, I'm not going to do it. Once again, cassettes. I listened to the new Pagan Fire demo from last year.
Question: Does the Voivod Outer Limits have the glasses with it?
Yes, it does.
Right on. My CD version does too.
I actually have a 12-inch single of let's see, what is it? Jack Luminous, and it glows in the dark. It's a 12-inch glow in the dark single, but I can't get I can't find the album anywhere. But anyway, now I'm done. I've cleared the desk.
This so happens it was right behind me, but here it is.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's got those it's got the little, the cool little Voivod glasses inside of it.
Yeah, so that whole cover is 3D. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and on the inside, it's got all those little photographs it's got the little drawings that he's done, and they're all kind of three-dimensional stuff.
They're all 3D.
It's printed on like a newsprint.
Yep.
Yep. Really, really great album. Great. I'd call it prog metal, prog rock, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best hard rock records. It's in my top 20 for sure.
But I also like this album. I know a lot of people hate it, but I really like it.
Is that Angel Rat?
That is Angel Rat.
Oh, Carcass. Oh, yeah. Do you have any more of the Gamma-sides, Mr. Rob?
Yep. All you got to do is call the Shell Beast.
Okay.
Yep. I do have them.
Do you have just the green or the black?
I think I've got each.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you guys didn't even see my comment. So I'm looking Metal Mayhem, and I'm looking for messages on YouTube. I can't find you, brother.
Post it now.
Yeah, post it up. We'll check it out. You can have the last word for today. Put it in the chat. Oh, okay. I wonder if I'm not on YouTube.
You guys should do an episode about prog rock.
Does he mean rock from Prague?
Or just Czechoslovakian bands like Needless Things and
All right, well, let's give him just a second to post up his stuff, and then we'll get out of here. We're going a little bit long today, but
a lot long.
We've been listening to a lot.
We have been listening to a lot, and we don't say it enough, but huge shout out to Monkey Butt, our producer. He has been taking care of us for how long has it been now? It's been a couple of years, year and a half for sure. And the way this all came about was he posted up some CDs or something on maybe 3 years. He posted up some CDs on OfferUp or something, and I went and bought them. And somehow we got to talking about he was doing media stuff, and I was telling him about the YouTube show, and here we are. So from KVGI Studios over in Frisco all the way up to him hosting us via Michigan. So thanks to the Monkey Butt for sure, twisting and tweaking and making us look beautiful.
Well, I don't know about that.
2 years? What? Golly.
He moved back 2 years ago?
Yes, you did. And when you blow through town, you need to come see us. Metal Mayhem, I will look for your comment. I will, if it was in the comment on the video, then I can just go look for it.
It's in the chat. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll look as quickly as I can here.
David Rivera.
And also understand that you're dealing with a moron here. So if it doesn't come to me an email, I can't find it.
Oh, y'all don't accept Texas? Text?
Did I go Texas on everybody?
No, you getting texts.
Oh, text messages.
Text messages. Hey, David Isaacs, that Gamma Side box set is a classic thrash record.
Yes,
in fact, I was going to reach behind me and grab the. Hang on.
It was hair. Okay, I'm going back to the hair metal episode. I'm going to look for the chat. Oh, I got to stop myself talking. Boy, this is some serious production value here.
I have, since we're talking about, because I've been burning up cassettes, man. I just, here's Victims of Science, probably one of my favorite thrash albums. This is the 91 demo. Then here's the original demo. And I helped him put that box set together. Rick and I worked on that. And the night that we created that cover, originally it was going to be a drawing. And then the drawing ended up as one of the label spinners. And we spent I think we took 200 pictures of that skull with the mask and that's an actual picture hanging in his closet. And we finally got one that looked great. So it was fun doing that. But yeah, Victims of Science. And I mean, man, Gamma Side, talk about a creeper sleeper and freaking awesome. Anyway.
I can't find it. I feel like an idiot.
Well,
oh, well.
You know, if we're in TV, they'd be going like this, or they'd be going like this. So what are we doing?
Send it back to us, Metal Mayhem 777, and we will check it out. Well, boys, I'm good. I've been listening to a lot. I know you guys have too. I appreciate the interaction with everybody, and I'm looking forward to the three of us getting in the same room in about a week and a half.
Sweet.
Yep, we'll have to record some episodes, or because you won't be here on a Tuesday, but we'll record a couple things. It'll be great.
Cool.
Or maybe we'll just go live on.
Maybe
Facebook.
We'll just hang out.
Can.
Maybe we'll have Mark Fields join us for a game of metal trivia.
Metal Mental Meltdown. All right, boys. That wraps it up for me. This was 84 that came after 85 and before 86. Unless you guys have any parting shots, you know how we do it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Next time, kids, metal
will
prevail.